Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Man in the Arena, Episode 1. Today, we are starting off with a very special guest I'm very excited about. It is Julian Zeus McClurkin from the Harlem Globetrotters. Julian, thank you so much for coming on. Greatly appreciate it.
Anthony, no problem, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. I first wanted to talk about how we met because it's a very, very interesting story from my perspective. Obviously, you live an incredibly interesting life and meet a lot of very cool people. But this particular day of me being an intern at the then Verizon Center was a very interesting day. So we met when the Kellogg's Tour of Gymnastics Champions, I'm not sure if you remember this, was touring at the Verizon Center. So Simone Biles, Ali Raisman, all the big-time gymnasts were all there, and they were having a get-together with the Wizards on the practice court. And then since the Globetrotters were going to be there, I believe later that weekend, you were there kind of on a press tour, I guess is what it was probably.
Yep.
And so I'm walking around as an intern on the practice court, watching Wizards players go by, watching all these gymnasts go by that I've seen on TV. And then you're coming over, spinning a basketball and being the entertainer of everything. And it was an absolutely unreal scene for me as an intern who has never even been around any of these types of people. And I was immediately infatuated with your ability to entertain people. And so I'm very happy that you were able to come on. We haven't spoken much since then. I know I follow you on Instagram. You're a very interesting guy. And then actually after we went on the practice court, we went out to lunch and you were wearing the full Harlem Globetrotters uniform with a basketball, put the basketball under the table while we were at lunch. There was kids mobbing you in the street. It was a hilarious story that I've told a lot of people. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I wanted to start a question for you. What's your current role with the Globetrotters? I know there's a number of different roles that people might not know about, including me.
Yeah. So we don't have traditional positions like the 1 through 5, like a normal basketball team would. But before we get into that, Anthony, I just want to say thanks for allowing me to be here for your very inaugural episode. It's a huge honor. So everyone who's listening, all the millions of people who are listening to this in the future, just know where it started. Anthony is great at his craft, and he really did his homework for this interview. So I'm really hoping to give you guys a great interview. But my position with the Harlem Globetrotters is, I started off just as a dunker. That was all I did. You throw the ball up there, I go get it. But today I do a lot of different things with the team. I'm known as one of the advanced ambassadors of the squad. So I'll go out ahead of everybody else, kind of like the Paul Revere of the team. I let everybody know the Globetrotters are coming, just kind of stir the pot. And during this time, because we're ambassadors of goodwill, something that we'll do is go and do television interviews, radio interviews, but we also go into the community and talk to the kids. We'll have school appearances that we'll go do anti-bullying rallies. We also go to children's hospitals, which is a huge part of what we do. This thing called Smile Patrol. It's where I go into the rooms and I just try to put a smile on the kids' faces who maybe haven't had the best of news in the recent history, and just having a good time with the fans of the Globetrotters.
I love it. So how many games are you still playing in the games during your ambassador program, or is it just the ambassador?
Roles? Yeah. So you got to do them both. As a team, we end up playing about over 300 games in 260 cities. As an individual, I'll end up playing about 200 games a year.
Wow. That is amazing. And you're doing multiple on the same day, correct? You can do 2 or 3 on the same day?
Yeah. We'll do double headers every now and then, only in the big markets, though, like D.C.
Right. That's a very busy schedule. What was your path to becoming a Globetrotter?
So try to condense it here, but it was a great story in that, kind of an underdog, wasn't really good in basketball growing up, didn't make my first team until the 11th grade. So I got cut from 6th grade all the way to 10th grade. And then the summer of 10th grade, miracle happened. I grew 5 inches over the summer and finally was tall enough to play basketball, but I still wasn't very good. All of my coaches would tell me the same thing growing up. They would say I was too nice, and they said I smiled too much. And I had specifically one coach who used to always tell me this, and it rings true in my life. I'll never forget it. He said, all you ever want to do is smile and dunk. And today I get paid to smile and dunk. So
what's wrong with smiling and dunking?
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So, I went on to go to play college basketball at North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro, North Carolina, and played there, and then went overseas for one season. Then a guy called me about this team called the Washington Generals. I had never heard of the Washington Generals before, but as many of your viewers, I'm sure, know, they're the team that famously loses to the Harlem Globetrotters. And I'm like, I don't really know about that team. I've never heard of them before. The guy was like, look, it's perfect for you because you suck at defense and you want to travel the world. So it's a great job. I was like, all right, sign me up. So that was when I fell in love with the Globetrotters. I had never really seen them before growing up. When I saw them on the court that first time, I fell in love with them. And I said, here's a group of guys and girls who are actually getting paid to do the things that I was criticized for doing my entire basketball career. So I made up my mind. I wanted to try my best to become a member of this team. And, 1 year later, I made the team. And here we are 9 years later into that. I've had a pretty good career with the Globetrotters.
That's amazing. What was the tryout like originally, or was it more of just a regular interview and they already knew about your basketball talent going into it?
Yeah, no, it was both. I got a chance to try out for them every single day because I was a Washington General, so they saw what I could do, and they knew what I was capable of. But when I did finally get that call that I was doing an official tryout, it's not like any traditional tryout that you've gone to. We'll warm up and do some 3-on-3, a little bit of 5-on-5. But look, they want to see how high you can jump. They want to see what kind of tricks you can do. They want to see how far out you can shoot the ball. Like basically all the stuff you get criticized for doing in high school and college, this is the stuff we get paid to do and actually need to hone in on. So it's pretty cool.
That's very cool. How did you get the name Zeus?
Well, you kind of have to earn your name with the Globetrotters. My teammates gave me that name because every time I dunked the ball, it made that thunderous noise, and he's the god of thunder. So they gave me the name Zeus. Plus, the name the name Thunder was already taken, so they gave me that one as a consolation prize.
I got you. That's awesome. What are some of your most memorable experiences as a Globetrotter? Obviously, you've traveled all over the world. You've met thousands of very, very interesting, higher celebrity people, NBA players. What are the most memorable experiences for you so far as a Globetrotter?
Besides meeting you, Anthony, the greatest moment of my Globetrotter career, man, it had to be, just playing in front of my family and friends the first time at the stadium here in Columbus, Ohio. That was an honor, just having my family so proud to see me play and perform in front of them. But nothing really compares to playing at Madison Square Garden the first time. It's the mecca of basketball. You can't really say you're a true basketball player if you've never, even shot a shot on that court before. And that was pretty special. I can pick out a million different special occasions, man. But the global impact that the Globetrotters have, man, as ambassadors of goodwill, you can go anywhere, any country, and you can ask them if they've ever heard of, the Washington Wizards. Some of them might say, yeah, I know who they are. But if you ask anybody if they heard of the Harlem Globetrotters, immediately, it takes them back to that happier time in their life when they went to a game with their parents or with their grandparents. And I think the special moment in that for me is, even though they don't know who I am individually, I'm able to bring a smile to somebody's face just by being there, with them having the memory of what they did when they went to a Harlem Globetrotter game. They'll have that forever. And I think that's cool, man.
Yeah, that is very, very special. What do you think is the most rewarding part of your job? And I have a feeling I know what your answer for this is going to be. It's going to be more off court than on court, right?
Oh, definitely. This brand is it's bigger than basketball, man. The Globetrotters we've got this moniker of ambassadors of goodwill, and we earned it by the things that we do off of the court. For example, like there's times there was actually like a transportation strike going on in a country in South America one time. The Globetrotters flew in, and they had all this civil unrest with the strike and everything that was going on. They stopped the strike just so the Globetrotters could play the game and people could get to the game and enjoy themselves and kind of have this moment of levity. And then when we leave, unfortunately, they got back into the strife and the contention. But for that brief moment, right, the Globetrotters were able to bring some peace. And that's an example of the joy that the Globetrotters can bring. Like we're truly known as ambassadors of goodwill for a good reason. Right.
What's the easiest way to make a half-court shot? Is it granny style?
Granny style.
Is it really? Okay, that's granny how I always see it. Mm-hmm. Why do you say that? It just has the most control? You got a hand on either side of the ball?
Yeah, and it requires the least amount of, I guess, kinetic motion when you're actually shooting it. Whereas if you go to heave it like that, you're calling on different parts of your body to align at the right time.
Right.
But if you just keep it granny style, right, it's already all done for you. You know, you're doing all the homework for yourself right there. It's all one motion. It's really easy.
What percent do you think you shoot from half court?
From half court,
If I give you 100 shots and you
oh
couldn't get
yeah,
tired.
oh yeah. You give me 100, I'm making 70%.
Wow.
Yeah, half court. It's lined up for you. In fact, you know, we have a great relationship with the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yep.
Every year they ask us what world record we're looking at breaking, and that's kind of one I've been having my eye on here lately. The most half court shots in 1 minute. I think I'm gonna try to get that one. See how many I can hit
What do you think? What do you think you can get to?
in 1 minute. If you just let me like keep them up there,
Yeah.
I could probably get like 20.
Wow. One every
Yeah,
3 seconds?
yeah.
That would be amazing. I saw that you have some Guinness Book World Records already. You have the most dunks in a minute.
Hmm.
That's the one that I can remember. You have a few others, though?
Yeah, most slam dunks in 1 minute. I have the most blindfolded. I mean, the most behind the back 3 pointers in 1 minute, and the most bounce 3 pointers in 1 minute. Both of those were three in 1 minute. Now I had one that I lost to my ex teammate, and it was the one I was most proud of. It was the most blindfolded slam dunks in 1 minute. I made five of those two
Wow.
years ago, and last year he made six. So this year I got to make seven.
Yeah, you got to get back at them.
I think I can do it.
That's funny. Have you ever embarrassed yourself during a game while out on stage? Maybe you're spinning a ball and your finger goes flying off, or you airball a shot.
Yeah, I missed the game winning dunk one time.
Oh no! Was there time
Yeah, we had
left?
to go. No, we had to go into overtime.
Oh no!
Nobody wants to be the guy who's responsible for messing up a 40-year win streak. So yeah,
That's
that
pretty
was tough.
hilarious.
It wasn't
Um,
funny at the time.
how much of the games are scripted versus just played basically on feel?
Yeah, so the entire game, you know, we play entertainment basketball and competitive at the same time. Any basketball player can look out there and tell that, you know, when I'm just goofing off and pulling somebody's pants down, that's when it's time to entertain. And then there's a time when we're really getting after it, and you don't know what's going to happen and who's going to win at that time. So yeah, it's a good mixture.
Yep. If both teams had a real game with real refs, who do you think would win with the current roster?
Globetrotters,
Globetrotters would win
hands down,
100% of the time.
100% of the time.
What are the most memorable trick shots you've had?
Roller coaster at the Mall of America.
Was it moving?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know if you just
Why
stopped at
would
the top.
who would just okay? All right, I got you. Kind of just yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
I mean, that sounds like an impossible
Well,
shot if it's moving.
yeah, yeah. It was really tough. What was really tough is right. So I didn't make it on the first try, but I didn't make it on the millionth try either. Just to put it in perspective. What was tough about it is if I miss, I've got a 3-minute ride to kind of reflect on on what happened
That's
because
true.
I only had the ball in that one position. So that was the toughest shot I've ever done, and it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I wanted to do a special little segment. Should be pretty quick. It's
Okay.
are you familiar with the Mount Rushmore? Picking up your top 4 favorite items in a category.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the Mount Rushmore of exclamations to say when you make a jumper.
Oh, got it.
So your top 4. What do you got?
Cash,
Cash,
money,
money. Similar
hold
theme.
that,
Hold that. I like that.
and
Does Kobe make the list?
oh, Kobe. I knew it was one. That's why I didn't want to just throw a crazy one out.
Yeah.
Kobe.
It was on the tip of your
Kobe
tongue.
for sure.
I don't make many shots, but when I do, I make sure to say something. I like to say wet, raindrops, of course, Kobe, and buckets.
Oh, buckets is a good one too. Oh, that might be on the Mount Vesuvius.
I like hold that though. I need to establish that one.
Oh yeah, hold that. That's a nice
Yeah.
one.
What's your favorite arena or stadium that you have played at? Oh, I guess other than Madison Square Garden, because that's got to be.
Yeah, besides Madison Square Garden, I would say down in Florida, in Orlando. I think it's the American Airlines. But I just really like the floor there. It was like brand spanking new when I first went there. No, it's called the Amway Center. That's what it's called.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was a really cool one. They just had state of the art stuff all up in the locker rooms and stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's really nice. Have you been to Vegas's new arena or any of those like brand new arenas yet? I'm just curious from a performance perspective.
Thomas and Mack Center in Vegas. Is there another one?
They have that new one where the Golden Knights, the NHL team, plays. I just haven't talked to anybody who's been down in the locker rooms. I'm sure they're extremely nice, but
no, I haven't been to that one yet.
Hopefully you guys will get to go to Seattle's new arena in not too long as well, once fans are allowed back in places.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Could I beat you one-on-one if you could only play with your left hand?
How tall are you?
5'8".
How much you weigh?
150.
No chance. It just wouldn't be fair. I'd just take you right down to the post.
I had a feeling. You'd get every rebound. You probably got arms about 10 inches longer than mine, so that's definitely fair.
Yeah. It would be. Well, I mean, I'd make it look good for your podcast. For the viewers.
Maybe next time you're in DC, we can make it happen. You can just roast me 11-0 and we'll call it a day.
Let's get it.
Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals? Who are you rooting for?
Oh, geez. Lakers.
Lakers?
Yeah. Heat is looking really good, though, man. They really are.
Yeah, that'll be an exciting NBA
right?
Finals. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm still blown away that the Clippers lost. Not a fan myself, but I'm just blown away that they lost. I was hoping for a Battle of LA in the Western Conference Finals, but either way, it's cool to see the Lakers come this far, especially with the story of the season and Kobe's death and LeBron and everything. It'll be very cool to see them in the finals.
Yeah, it would kind of be serendipitous for them to kind of close it out and finish it off, especially with the death of such a huge basketball icon, man. The whole basketball world felt that death. So I think it just makes sense.
Yep. How has your job been affected with COVID? Obviously, you guys are not playing in arenas right now because there are no fans allowed. But what have you been doing to keep up with the Globetrotters during the whole pandemic?
Yeah, so each and every one of my teammates, we're all ambassadors of goodwill on and off the court. So we all continue with, the things that we've been doing, the charitable contributions in our own communities when we are back home. If anything, it's given us a chance to really entrench ourselves in our own places, as positive figures and role models. As far as playing, though, we're kind of on hold, just like everybody else, waiting it out. Hopefully there's a vaccine soon enough so we can get back out there in front of our fans and, putting smiles on people's faces some more. But until then, you'll continue to see us on social media, reaching out to people, doing special initiatives. I know right now we got this big Go Vote initiative where we're trying to get everybody out registered to vote and just encouraging people. But, basically where there's positivity, that's where you can see the Globetrotters.
Awesome. That's all the questions that I have. Did you have, I assume you'd want to share your social media channels with everybody.
Yeah. Follow me, y'all.
Yes.
I'm on my YouTube channel is Julian McClurkin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can follow me there. We got some really cool stuff going on there about faith, fun, finance, and family. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at MinJulian5. That's MIN Julian5. Follow me and I'll follow you back as long as you're not weird.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I will include all those links on YouTube, LinkedIn, and wherever this podcast is posted, so you can find all of those in the description. Julian, thank you so much. You're a very special, very wholesome guy. Thank you very much for coming on and sharing your stories. This has been great.
Appreciate it. Yep. Nice talking to you again. Until next time, hopefully I'll be on another episode.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Julian. Appreciate it.
Thanks, bro.
Bye.